Whether you already live in Japan or are planning a trip to come here, making hotel reservations can be a daunting and challenging task. Some people really enjoy searching for the perfect hotel, while others don't know where to get started. We've stayed in hundreds of hotels across Japan of all shapes and sizes. Here are some of our key points to consider when choosing and booking a hotel to make your stay more enjoyable. Types of hotels. There are many different types of hotels in Japan. I will focus on the most popular options, although there are many others that you can try if you're interested, including staying at temples, youth hostels, B&Bs, both traditional and modern, and love hotels. Of the most popular categories, here are some basic explanations. Capsule hotels are one of Japan's best known and unique types of lodging. They are usually found around major train stations in large cities and target individuals looking for a low-budget, single-night stay. Each guest occupies a capsule, which is essentially a bed-sized pod that you can close with a door or curtain. Note that the doors will not lock as per Japanese law. They usually come with air conditioning, power outlets, sometimes a TV, and your belongings are stored in a separate locker. All bathroom and shower facilities are shared. Many are male-only hotels or with designated female-only floors, though with a bit of searching you can find female-only and couples-oriented capsule hotels as well. Prices vary depending on type, size, and location, but they are generally in the 2,000 to 6,000 yen per night price range, with some deluxe models going up to 8,000 or 9,000 yen as well. Business hotels are not just for business travelers and offer a budget-friendly option to traditional Western-style hotels. They are the most popular hotel category among tourists in Japan, as they are found everywhere, usually near train stations, and generally have very affordable rates. These are typically chains, which provide single or double occupancy accommodations for a reasonable charge, usually well under 10,000 yen per night. Single rooms outside the big cities can usually be rented for around 6,000 yen per night. All have Western beds, in-room washroom facilities, chairs, and at least a desk or desk area. Many have restaurant facilities on site or partner programs with nearby restaurants. Big nationwide chains include Toyoko Inn, Appa Hotels, Route Inn, Super Hotel, Daiwa Roynet Hotel, Richmond Hotel, Dormy Inn, and others. My personal favorite is the My Stays chain of hotels, so make sure you check them out as well. Many have points programs if you book directly with them. Western-style lodgings range from luxurious first-class hotels to more inexpensive ones, including famous international chains. They all offer a wide range of rooms at various prices, with room size the overwhelming factor in pricing. The first-class hotels in the larger cities can compete with the best hotels in the world, and often have a wide range of services. Rooms are generally much larger, with better views and amenities. Most have higher-class restaurant options as well. Prices again will vary drastically by name, location, and room type, though deals can often be found on weekdays and off-season times. Average prices for regular Western hotels would probably start around 20,000 yen per room per night, with super luxury hotels going at over 100,000 yen per night. Some internationally known high-end chains have a presence in Japan, including Four Seasons, Marriott, Hyatt, and Ritz-Carlton. Some larger Japanese chains include Nuotani, Okura, Prince, and Nikko, among others. I personally recommend the Okura Hotel Group and have stayed there many times. they have exceptional service. Ryokan are traditional Japanese-style inns. Styles vary greatly from huge resorts to private villa retreats, from hot spring-focused stays to ones located in urban centers. Common elements to this style of accommodation include tatami flooring, futon bedding, though some do have Western beds as well, yukata robes to wear in the hotel, multi-course kaiseki dinners, and a traditional Japanese breakfast. They often feature traditional Japanese architecture and meticulously crafted gardens. Guests are charged per person per room, with an average charge of at least 15,000 yen per person. Prices vary wildly according to the ryokan, so a bit of detailed research is best done before booking. Apartment or long-term rental styles are becoming more popular in Japan, and with a bit of searching you can find either apartments for longer-term stays or hotels that specialize in making longer stays more affordable and efficient. These all usually have some kind of in-room cooking option, and many hotels even have laundry machines in the hotel rooms as well. How to book hotel rooms in Japan. There are several ways to book hotels in Japan, including online travel agencies, or OTAs, such as Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, etc. When booking through an OTA, you can either compare prices and amenities of different hotels or get the cheapest option automatically, and read reviews from other guests. You also often have the choice to pay in your local currency or pay the equivalent amount at time of booking at the location in Japanese yen. They also give detailed information about rooms, including pictures, room specifics, amenities, location, and surrounding attractions. In my over 20 years of traveling to and in Japan, I have found it invaluable to use them for ease of use and efficiency. I've been using Hotels.com exclusively for hotel reservations that are not ryokan or resort stays. I've never had a problem, and their bonus, 1 free night after 10 stays, is great if you travel a lot. If you're looking for onsen resorts or traditional ryokan style accommodation, it's generally better to use Japanese websites if you can, though naturally they're usually all in Japanese. Direct to hotel. Booking directly through a hotel's website or phone or email may occasionally give you better availability options and sometimes even price. They may also offer special deals and promotions, including local travel bonuses and offers. I would recommend contacting them through their website or by email, as there's a good chance you'll have trouble communicating by phone, especially with the cheaper hotel options. Traditional travel agent or tour operators. Booking through these, especially with Japanese companies, can often offer you great package deals that include both hotel and transportation. They also will have all details of local promotional deals and offers. Again, the challenge may be English language speaking customer service, but it doesn't hurt to try, especially if you need to package transportation and hotels together. Things to consider when booking a room. Type of room. There are basically 3 types of rooms in Japanese hotels. There are the standard Western-style hotel rooms with Western beds. They also usually have at least 1 chair and sometimes a sofa, couch, and extra table depending on the size of the room. There are also traditional Japanese-style rooms, especially at Ryokan, which are basically tatami mats with packed-away futons for sleeping. They may also include Japanese low tables and floor chairs for use on the tatami mats. Be careful if you have problems sleeping, sitting, getting up from the floor with these style rooms. Also, there are some combination style rooms with both a tatami section and a Western section, getting the best of both worlds. Size of room. Hotel rooms in Japan come in a variety of sizes, from literally no room to do much but sleep, as in a capsule hotel, to full luxury suites. Your choice is pretty much only determined by how much you want to pay. Business hotels, while affordable, can have tiny rooms where the bed basically takes up most of the floor space. These rooms are often 9 meters squared or less and are really cramped, especially if you have a lot of luggage for 2 people. Some of these cheaper business hotels don't even have functioning windows or windows with another building directly beside it, so be careful of these budget business hotels. In my experience, a good rule of thumb for a comfortable sized business hotel room is to look for a minimum of 12 meters squared. And stay away from online descriptions of rooms that do not include room size. For more expensive Western-style hotel rooms, again look for room size. While you won't find any 9 square meter rooms, the room size range will vary. For the price you're paying, look for at least 20 meters squared rooms if you can find them or as close to that as possible. More pricey luxury hotels will usually have larger single rooms and full suite packages with lots of space. Ryokan rooms will again vary largely by price, but they are a good option if you have many people staying in the same room. They are usually more flexible with number of guests if the meals are not included, as everybody basically sleeps on the floor. Type and size of bed. For Western rooms, bed styles are the same as in the West: single, double, twin, king, etc. But again, for the cheaper hotels, check out the actual bed size, especially if you are large or tall. Number of guests. Japan is very sticky when it comes to the number of people staying in one room. It will always be listed on the reservation, and they are not very flexible, but you can always ask. It does make it a bit challenging, expensive for large families to travel, so please do your research carefully to find the best choice. Non-registered guests are often not allowed to visit you in your room, especially in business hotels, so keep that in mind as well. Window view. Japan has some great scenery, so why not have a choice of views out your room window? For cheaper options, there probably won't be a choice, but for most Western-style hotels, they might have different views available. For example, a city view, a mountain view, castle view, an ocean view, etc. Make sure to look for these if you have a choice. You may or may not pay extra for these options. Onsen or sento. Onsen are hot springs, and sento are public baths. Some hotels in Japan offer these as well as your in-room shower facilities. Onsen are popular for their supposed health benefits, and many people visit them for relaxation and to take a dip in the hot water. The water in onsen is heated by geothermal activity and is said to contain minerals that are beneficial for the skin and overall health. Sento, on the other hand, are public baths that are usually filled with water that is heated by a boiler and is used for bathing and relaxation. Many ryokan are specifically hot spring resorts and come with access to hot springs. Some business and Western-style hotels also occasionally have onsen or sentos included with your stay, so if you'd like to try a Japanese bathing experience, look for them. My favorite business hotel chain that always has at least a sento are Dormy Inn. Check-in and check-out times. Standard checkout times in Japan are 10 a.m. and check-in at 3 p.m. But these may vary by location, so always check ahead. If you arrive early, you might be able to check in early, though it's really hit or miss with some hotels being really picky about it. Also, if you're going to be arriving late, especially after 6 p.m., make sure you let the hotel know ahead of time so they don't give your room to someone else. Breakfast or no breakfast. Most hotels offer some kind of breakfast option. They usually are some sort of buffet offering with both Western and Japanese cuisine, and the quality will largely depend on the type of hotel and room price. If you're on a budget, this option is usually not cheap. I often find it's easier to grab some things from a nearby convenience store. It's still delicious and much more budget-friendly, though it is nice to try a grand breakfast buffet at least once on your trip, especially if you are staying at a nicer hotel. Parking. If you are driving, always check if they have parking available and how much it costs. In busy cities, parking might be limited or might be off-site, so be aware. Location. Always an important factor when choosing a hotel. Make sure you do some research and see if the hotel is in the general area that you want to be in. Japanese cities can be huge, and you could be wasting a ton of time commuting to where you want to go if your hotel is not located within a reasonable distance. If you are using transit, see how far it is from the closest station. Also keep in mind your first and final hotel's location in relation to the airport. Again, it can save you a lot of valuable time on your arrival-departure day. Finally, lugging around large bags also isn't the most enjoyable experience and may end up costing you a taxi ride if the hotel is too far from transportation hubs, so check for distance from stations. Laundry. Some hotels will have coin laundry services in the hotel. These include washers and dryers and soap dispensers as well, so you really don't have to go anywhere else to do your laundry. Some business hotels also have washer-dryer combos in your room. Some are free of charge, while others you'll have to pay for each service. Prices vary dramatically, so check ahead if this is of concern to you. Most Western-style hotels will also have traditional dry cleaning services if that's more your thing, but they are usually quite pricey. Gym facilities. Again, some hotels will have and some won't. They are usually a staple of higher-end hotels. Some will be free to use while others won't. The same with swimming pools, though in my experience they are always an extra and often expensive option in Japan. In addition, outdoor pools are generally open only in July and August, so keep that in mind. Shuttle bus. Many hotels, especially those further away and the more expensive ones, have free shuttle buses from the closest major train or bus station to the hotel. There aren't usually reservations, so it's a first come, first serve, so make sure you look into their schedules before trying to catch one. Season. Whether you are planning a trip to Japan or already live here, when you travel will directly affect hotel prices. A good rule of thumb is to try and avoid, if possible, traveling during peak holiday seasons in Japan. In general, Japanese workers all have their holidays at the same time, making hotel and transportation reservations scarce and often more expensive. The main holidays to avoid are Golden Week, which is the end of April and the beginning of May, Obon, which is around mid-August, and New Year's, first week of January. Hotels especially can have much higher rates during these times. Refundable or not refundable? When booking a hotel, always check if your reservation is refundable or not and by what date. Plans often change while traveling, and having some flexibility is often very important. There are some things you won't need to worry about when booking rooms in Japan, with the exception of some capsule hotels. These standard items usually include refrigerators, though they might be small, free Wi-Fi, hair dryers, and shower facilities, though for some cheaper options not always bathtubs, so if that's important, please check for it. Basic amenities, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, and toiletries are also almost always provided. So, for a quick recap. When deciding to book hotels in Japan, make sure you think about types of hotel, including capsule hotels, business hotels, Western style and luxury hotels, Ryokan, and apartment or long-term rental units. Once you've decided on the type of hotel you're interested in, decide how you're going to find accommodations. You can use online travel agencies, book directly with the hotel, or use a traditional travel agent or tour operator. Next, some things to consider when booking a room in Japan: the type of room, size of room, type and size of bed, number of guests, the window view, whether they have an onsen, hot spring, or sento on the premises, check-in and check-out times, breakfast or no breakfast, parking, location, laundry, gym and pool availability, shuttle buses, season, and whether your reservations are refundable or non-refundable. So there you have it. If you consider all these things, you should be able to make reservations for a room that fits your specific needs. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting things from Japan.